Well, hello there. As some are aware, most probably, I've been away for 5 weeks for a epic Thailand adventure, riding motorcycles. 26 days in Thailand, scheduled 6,000 kilometer trip. And as things go, you just never know what's going to happen when you travel enough. So anyway, we'll do a little recap. Trip ethos. The journey is only as successful if you come home intact. The road owes us nothing. Experience doesn't grant immunity. Schedule's not worth a crash. 3 days. That went out the window. With yours truly being a goon in 90-degree switchbacks in the mountains in elevation with no upper body gear on, and I pitched my rental NX 500 into the weeds. 500 kilometers into a 6,000 kilometer trip. Picked the bike up out of the ditch, picked myself up out of the ditch. Richard and I get us back on the road. Handlebars are tweaked like a bicycle, like we had when we were kids. Somehow continued on. I was hurt. This arm couldn't lift it. Basically had to lift it, put it onto the handlebars, and operate from there. I had good grip strength, but I had no arm strength, so I knew I was hurt pretty bad. But you got to continue on. That happened 500 kilometers into the trip. Managed to put another 3,600 kilometers on or so. Anyway, another week goes by. 2 weeks, whatever it was. I can't keep track of days. We both take sick with parasites. We both end up in hospital. He goes right away, me being who I am, thinking I can just fucking take Tylenol and beat anything. Fucking don't go. So I end up in the hospital 2 days later. And we both on bags of fucking antiparasitics and antibiotics. And they know what they're dealing with there. And boy, they can fix you pretty quick. Cost me about $1,000 is what it cost me. But hospital care over there, immediate and very quick. Like we were supposed to leave the next day when I went in. I looked at the doctor. I said, I can't be admitted. He came back with the blood work. He looked at me and he said, you get on that bike. And he was a bike guy, had a Ducati. He looked at me. He said, you get on that bike tomorrow, you die. Plain and simple. So, obviously, I didn't get on the bike the next day. I spent the night in hospital and got better. And anyway, cost us 4 days of the trip. So then we had to rejig the back end of the trip to try to get back to Chiang Mai in time. So yeah, that was 4 days gone. Anyway, spent it in Ubon. I missed out on Songkran, unfortunately, because I spent it in bed. But anyway, overall, if you want to ride some of the most incredible roads in the world, Thailand is the place to go. We've all seen videos from Europe and Stelvio Pass and all of that shit. Well, or Tail of the Dragon. We're not talking 11 miles. We're talking 1,000 miles, hundreds of miles a day, steep elevation, 180-degree switchbacks. It just goes on and on and on. So, yeah. Big thanks to Richard Morris. Planned this since July. Spending time on Google Earth and Google Maps, looking out roads that are well off the beaten path that most people are never going to find or never going to see. This is not a tour company ride where you're going to rent some bikes and get a tour. This is rent bikes individually and self-guided tour at what appeared to be a too high of a pace. When you're on NX 500s on enduro tires, you're not on CBR 600s on sport tires. You don't have the suspension. These things ride like a couch. But they were good bikes. We beat the living shit out of them, and they both survived. So yeah, the time he put into this trip to pull this off, and that was one reason why when I got hurt, I just had to keep on going because I wasn't going to do anything to affect this trip. So anyway, I progressively got better. I could ride. I was still riding decent, even though I couldn't lift my arm for probably the first week. I couldn't lift my arm. If I took it off while I was riding, I literally had to reach over with the other hand and pick it back up. So that sickness, top it all off. After all that, I get a giant hemorrhoid. So now only can I not lift my hand. Not only am I not recovering from parasites that tried to kill me, now I'm sitting on a fucking egg trying to ride at a medium pace in jungle mountains where the road would throw absolutely anything and everything at you to kill you. From road surface hazards to, you could come around a turn, there could be a dump truck there sitting sideways because they don't warn you of construction zones. Animals, dogs are pretty prevalent in Thailand. They're everywhere. Saw cow shit on the road. Well, why is there fucking cow shit in the middle of the fucking road? That's because 5 turns later we came around and there's 2 cows in the middle of the fucking road. And then a little farther down the road there's 30 cows in the middle of the fucking road. And snakes. Never had a 10-foot snake fucking slither across the road in front of me as I come around a turn, but yeah, it happened there twice. Caught the tail of one of them. Not sure what they were, if they were cobras or whatever, you are in the jungles of Thailand. Washouts. It was post-rainy season. A lot of these mountain jungle roads had severe washouts that could just mean a small section of the road the lane you were in might be gone, or half the road might be gone. And again, no warning signs. You just come around and you're down to 1 lane. And they might be working on it, they might not. Fires in the ditches because it is burning season. I'm not talking just some smoldering stuff. I'm talking flames and heat you can feel when you're on the bike. Road literally throws everything at you to try to kill you. And the traffic, because there might be 3 things in the same lane at once. Somebody on a scooter that, like they don't travel at really high speeds. They're on the shoulder of the road. A car might be trying to fucking get around him and he's taking your lane. So when you come around that 90 or 180 degree thing, there could be a car there. There could be a double trailer monster dump truck thing coming around. You just never know what you're going to see. And you got to be on such high alert all the time. It was an incredible trip. Absolutely incredible. We stayed at everything from places that cost us, I think, $16, $18 a night to the highest of the high-end 5-star resorts that would be classified as 5-star resorts anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Again, all because of my nephew, Richard Morris, and his planning and his points and his status with Marriott and Star Alliance and stuff. We got to experience a lot of luxury on this trip, even though we weren't really traveling very luxurious. Got back home, got back to Vancouver through Taipei. Thought I would get some imaging done to see exactly what went on with me. Anyway, long story short, 2 broken ribs up in here, which is kind of what I expected. Broken and displaced scapula. And they also mentioned an AC separation, but I'm not sure about that because that lump has been there a while now after a failed AC operation that I had years ago. So anyway, down and out for 6 months or 6 weeks now probably. But Vancouver Hospital, in there, 8 x-rays, 2 doctors, wanted to send me for a CT, went for my CT scan, told her my situation, that I was really just looking for some imaging to take back to Nova Scotia. Come out, 8-page report, 4 hours. 4 hours in Lionsgate Hospital in North Vancouver, and I was out. I'd still be waiting on the CT scan back here in Nova Scotia if I had to wait it until I get home. So can't say enough about that. And sure, I'm forgetting lots of stuff, but on a closing note, gotta thank my wife Barbara and my daughter Lauren and they always support me when I say I want to do these things. Face it, I'm 61 years old. I got enough metal in me to fucking build a toy. A lot of people wouldn't do this. Will I ever do it again? I would say probably not. I think this is probably it for me, unfortunately. But man, I'll tell you, like we had a time, but like the support of them that allows me to do this, and then come home broken and hurt, and honestly, when I was sick in the hospital in Ubon, I thought I was gonna die. I didn't think I was coming back. I was running a 102 fever. My white blood cell count was gone in the garbage. Potassium level, all my electrolyte levels in the garbage, in severe dehydration, and I thought it was over. I thought I was coming home as a bag of ash on Richard's lap if he was lucky enough to survive the trip himself, which is pretty much how I would have come home. So anyway, to be back, and I deal with a lot of judgment when it comes to the things I do, like travel the world lately, since I've gotten old and broken. I'm able to do these things thanks to the support of amazing friends and amazing family that allow me to do this. So the people that support this kind of stuff, they're usually my biker, my racer, my active motorsports family that support this. And then there's the other side that don't support me, that say I'm crazy, I have a death wish, I'm stupid, you're too old, you need to take up fucking gardening or something like that. Well, I don't judge how they live their lives, and nobody gets to judge how I live mine. But I'll tell you, I've had an incredible run. I've been away. I was away for 9 weeks since the 23rd of October. Thanks again to the support of amazing friends, Bill and Justin Horton, that took me around the world, literally. Left Halifax, flew east, and flew all the way around the world to come back. Whether it was, we went to Amsterdam, Cologne, Berlin, Germany, Krakow, Poland, Athens, Greece, Istanbul, Turkey, Dubai, UAE, and back to Thailand and Bangkok before I bailed on them and come home. But these are things I could never do. So somehow in my life I have managed to kind of do the right things by some people that really, number one, they trust that I'm able to do this even though I'm old and broken. But number two, they want me there. They want me to experience these things with them. So for all of those people that help me in these endeavors like that, it's well appreciated. It really is, because these are things I never would have experienced on my own, and you just can't say enough when you have good support for the things you do. And on the other hand, I'm home, I'm alive, back here at HQ, as we call it when we're on the road. Are you back at HQ when we're separated? Usually the hotel room. Well, this is my HQ, my 16 by 20 garage full of junk, with half a dozen motorcycles and a drag bike I have to put together, and a street bike that I have to get ready, and I have to do this all with one arm because I'm in a severe compression state right now to try to keep this scapula and ribs in check without taking too many drugs. So yeah, it's a long watch. I have some friends out there that won't watch it, or don't bother or whatever, but it's a lot better than trying to type and explain shit to people. The trip to Thailand, this is extreme moto tourism. It's not for everybody. It really isn't. These roads are insane, and it's extremely dangerous. It really was, and I found out how dangerous it was just because I was an idiot, and drove an NX 500 like a CBR 600, and severe elevation and 90-degree or 180-degree switchbacks. Went wide in one turn, out of line in the next. Can't make it. It's downhill. Road conditions are bad. And off the road I go. So anyway, it is what it is. Not dead yet. I'll continue to try to entertain. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.